Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a heart-wrenching topic, the grim fate of the Homeland and the powerless fish. Yes, fish never seem to fight back. Anna might be fuming, but she had no choice but to march up and open the door. This was her parents' room, and sadly, they had fallen in the water. After a quick glance, the soldier informed her that the bedroom was being requisitioned. Then he strolled down the stairs to call his crew to start moving. Anna's face was as grim as a rainy Tuesday. She gathered her parents' photos and flowers, then slammed the door shut, releasing her pen to get some tissues and a bottle of perfume for Captain Abranek because looking good is crucial. The captain loved flowers. As night fell, Anna and Grandpa couldn't sleep, anger turning to worry. They had no clue when that lieutenant would arrive, nor if he'd make any absurd demands. It's no wonder they were nervous. Anna's fingers glided over the keys as she played her favorite bomb piece. The enchanting notes could almost make a soldier stop in his tracks. After what felt like forever, the door creaked open, soldiers mesmerized by her music like puppets. Upon seeing her beautiful face, under that calm facade with sparks of excitement, the grandfather and granddaughter both tense and a bit peeved. The lieutenant introduced himself first, then said, "Sorry to crash your party, I'm here, and it's totally understandable. I'm here for a reason, and I'll try my best not to be a hassle." As a victor, his gentleness caught her off guard, but her foe was still a foe. Anna stood up in silence. She led him into the room, but didn't wait for him to say thanks before hurriedly shutting the door, as if to escape. Just as Grandpa and Anna were having a great chat, when the lieutenant was about to head out, their faces turned icy in an instant. Though turmoil inside, the lieutenant smiled and said good morning. As a conqueror, his eyes showed no pride. Instead, there was a hint of sadness and longing. He eagerly awaited her voice, like anticipating a long-lost friend's visit. The barrier between them was like a chasm too broad to cross. Even a battle-hardened soldier can have a softer side. To avoid interrupting the grandfather and granddaughter's life, he always left early and came home late, feeling more like a big brother. His good morning and good night were like little pecks. He even thoughtfully told Anna she didn't have to prepare food for him, as he could just chow down at the camp. At night, she didn't even need to keep the front door unlocked. He could sneak in through the side door quietly like a ghost. After waiting a while, he was still met with cold silence, and he wasn't angry. He understood it was their way of holding on to the last shred of dignity. He glimpsed her sorrowful figure through the window, feeling a warm rush like winter sunshine. Paul's piece was also his favorite, apart from teaching. Anna sometimes rode her bike to her cousin's farm for milk. After hearing about the lieutenant, her cousin invited her to stay with him, but she was well aware of his ulterior motives. She politely declined and quickly left. After all, every girl holds onto her own dreams of love. Anna was no exception, but little did she know, compared to fiery love stories, her feelings were quietly profound. Due to food shortages, Anna went to the town to collect relief supplies, only to accidentally bump into that familiar face. Her heart raced. Before regaining composure, her bike vanished. She walked home, feet now blistered. Hearing commotion outside, she ignored the pain and dashed to the living room, as if rushing to a very important date. The late returning lieutenant paused at the door, suddenly realizing he hadn't heard that captivating piano music in ages. He stepped in, hesitated long, then cautiously ventured in, like an explorer. As usual, he greeted her politely, reminding her of the cold. Seeing no earth, he sighed with relief. Encouraged, she took a small step further, sadly noting how much she loved France. Her hatred for the Franco-German War ran deep within her. Filled with immense abhorrence, her father had perished in the relentless cannon fire. After finishing these words, she heard the lieutenant respectfully give her a bow. Watching him leave, Anna knew war alone was cruel, and both sides had lands, loved ones to protect. "Don't you want to play?" "Well, too bad. I can't tonight because my bike is missing." Anna opted not to go to work. As she sat down to rest, a familiar car came to a screeching halt. "Need a ride in my car?" the lieutenant said with a smirk, feeling giddy inside, and elegantly opened the car door. However, Anna brushed past him without a glance, as if she were dueling in sword play. Through the car window, her son's face was close enough to touch, yet seemed light years away. While teaching piano, her feet were throbbing, and just then, her cousin came by for supplies. Anna decided to hitch a ride with him, and throughout the ride, her cousin chatted endlessly, leaving Anna feeling like a floating arrow. Those men at home were far better at this. Tonight, as the lieutenant passed by, he didn't drop by to chat as he used. Anna felt a bit let down, but soon the lieutenant reappeared at the door, now in civilian clothes. She turned. Grandpa didn't disapprove, while the lieutenant tiptoed in, ignoring Anna. He squatted beside the fireplace, continuing to talk to himself, while Anna was in a trance, wondering if the soldier, who had been away for so long, was longing for his hometown. The lieutenant approached the bookshelf, and under the expectant gaze of the girl, he recited the names of French authors like a bookworm. It was clear she genuinely adored these works, but as he reached the piano, a look of regret crossed his face. It turned out she used to be a musician, yet the war had stained her hands with blood. Subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.